On behalf of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, I'm pleased to welcome you to our annual grants banquet. Many of you, actually I hope all of you, tune in annually to the Golden Globes, one of the most highly anticipated award shows of the year. What we see on the big and on the small screen shapes our culture, defines the conversation, and has the power to inspire us all. Now, while the Golden Globes might be considered the party of the year, our deeper mission at the HFPA is what brings us here tonight. Licensing fees from the show allow us to donate millions of dollars to create opportunities, provide access in underserved communities, and foster the development of the next generation of great filmmakers, directors, writers, camera operators, actors. We are committed to film restoration and preserving cinema history. We are empowering inner-city youth and students and providing funds to humanitarian relief efforts. Over the last 25 years, the HFPA's Charitable Trust has donated $37.5 million to entertainment-related academic programs, scholarship, and humanitarian institutions worldwide. And tonight, we're announcing nearly $4 million in grants, almost $7 million given in 2019 alone. In addition to bestowing awards, we're journalists, most of us immigrants, reporting and not going back. Reporting on the entertainment industry, creating a cultural bridge to millions around the world. As our craft is being challenged and freedom of the press is under attack, we also support and celebrate the organizations fighting for journalistic integrity around the world. Look around the room. We are surrounded by game changers and innovators from some of the most impactful nonprofit organizations and institutions working tirelessly on the front lines to make a difference in our community and beyond. This is the heart and soul of the work of the HFPA, and I'm thrilled to have you all here tonight. Thank you. And now, please welcome to the stage our host for tonight's grants dinner, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Are you going to hang out here with me? No, if you want to get a photograph together, we can do it. Don't be so shy. Come on now. I love Lorenzo because I'm not the only one with an accent around here. Love the guy. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2019 Hollywood Foreign Press Association's Installation and Grants Banquet. Now, I have to say, yeah, you can give him a big hand because, I mean, he's the president, what the hell. And I have to say one thing. You know me by now for a long time. That I am really pissed off at Lorenzo. Because, I mean, I thought that foreign-born citizens cannot become president. So what happened? I wrote him a note right after I became president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. I said, I'm jealous of you. Because I cannot become president, I cannot run for president because I'm foreign-born, and you can. Okay, so then now you know why I'm jealous of him.
But I never made it to being Mr. Universe.
Yeah, but you got the body. You got the body. I mean, look at this. Just look at this body here.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But anyway, Lorenz is the only one that can bring me back from my 72nd birthday week in Sun Valley. So this is my, yesterday I celebrated my 72nd birthday, which means I'm 4 years older than the Hollywood Foreign Press and 24 years older than Bernie Sanders. But hey, who is counting these days, right? Now, I have to be honest with you. This I was tricked into. It's not a normal thing that I do, because as you know, that normally celebrities, you only get two ways. One of them is that you pay them to give a speech, and the other one is you give them an award. But the award, I don't see anything going on here, right? But there's a third way, and this is when you get tricked. So I did an interview for the Hollywood Foreign Press, which we always do when a movie comes out. And they were at Fox Studio, and there was 80 of them sitting out there. And I'm doing this interview now for Terminator 6, and I know the rules are not to hype your movie or anything like this, so I'm not going to mention about Terminator 6 and Dark Fate that is coming out on November 1st. But anyway, extraordinary movie, really fantastic. Jim Cameron is back, Linda Hamilton is back, and all this stuff. So I'm now doing this press conference, and I'm answering questions about what is it like to work with the age of 72 and to do actions, and what is it like working with Jim Cameron again, and with Tim Miller, and with all of this kind of stuff. What is it like having Linda Hamilton back again in a movie, and blah, blah, blah. Thank you. But then all of a sudden, someone comes with that idea and starts asking me about, so what do you think about Donald Trump? I said, whoa, no, I'm not going to go there, because I have nothing nice to say about the guy. I said, and everything that I say right now, this will be the headline tomorrow, and you would not write about Dark Fate, Terminator 6, that's coming out on November 1st. So he says, yeah, but I mean, he said all these horrible things about us foreigners. He said we should go back home. I didn't say a word. But do you still love America? I said, yeah, of course I love America. Do you love the Constitution? I said, yeah, of course I love the Constitution. But then you must love free speech. And I said, yes, I love free speech. Good, you're going to give one on July 31st for the Hollywood Foreign Press. That's what he said. That's what he said. You're the man. You're a trickster. But in any case, I'm actually very happy to be here today, because the fact of the matter is that I have a long history with the Hollywood Foreign Press, because most of you don't know, maybe you were not even born yet, but in 1977 I received a Golden Globe for Best Acting Debut for my movie Stay Hungry. Now that was 42 years ago. Can you believe that? 42 years ago, and nothing since then. And it's not like I didn't try. I tried prehistoric movies, nothing. I tried action movies, nothing. I tried sequels, nothing. Comedies, nothing. I even was pregnant in one of the movies, nothing. But Lorenzo kind of did this little, with the eye, this little thing there. And it's kind of saying, look, doing the hosting of this show could be the gateway to the Sesame Mill thing. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, okay? So this is kind of why I'm here today. No, the reality of it is, I think it is great to be here today with all of you. And it is great, I think, that what they're doing, handing out these awards. And I tell you something right now, that I don't know what this is, this water in there. Why do they put water in a cage? Jesus. Take it, Lorenzo. Those foreigners, I tell you. But in any case, so they're giving out these awards, and I think this is really fantastic, because I am always a big believer in giving something back, because in the end, we are not really being asked how much did we make, but how much did we give. And so this is why I'm so appreciative that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is doing that, and that I'm the presenter here, because I am a big believer in giving back. As a matter of fact, when someone says to me that, Arnold, you're the perfect example of a self-made man, I always tell them that you can call me anything you want, but don't ever call me a self-made man. And the reason is because there is no such a thing. Because if I think about all the work that my parents put into me to get me where I am, to get a really good start, of all the people that trained me along the way to become Mr. Universe and Mr. Olympia and 13 World Championship titles, and all the amount of training partners I had, or if Joe Weider wouldn't have brought me to the United States, I would have never ended up coming here. Or if it wouldn't be for the 5.5 million people that voted for me to become governor of the great state of California. What do you think, you become governor by yourself, or you're self-made governor? There's no such thing. So I mean, think about, and the movies, the amount of people that work in movies to make you look good on the screen, from the directors to the producers to the cameramen to the makeup people to the stunt guys and everything like this. How can you call yourself a self-made man? There is no such a thing. And this is why I always believed in giving back, because to help other people, because so many people helped me. And so I always gave back. That's why I started with Special Olympics, to help train Special Olympians around the world. That's why I started after-school programs. That's why I eventually ran for governor. And after the governorship, I started the Schwarzenegger Institute at USC. I started my own environmental organization, the R20, after-school programs. I mean, all of those kind of things is to give something back and to make this country great, and to keep this country great. And this is why I'm so excited to be here today, because this is exactly what the Hollywood Foreign Press all believe. And let me tell you something, that we all have been told by President Trump to go back home. But we didn't. We stayed here, we live here, we work here, we contribute here, we make a difference here, and we make sure that America stays great. So thank you very much to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for the great work they're doing. And now, to hand out some of those grants, I would like to call up an actress. She is a fantastic, extraordinary actress. I'm talking about Kerry Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, Kerry Washington.
Hi. Hello. What a beautiful introduction. I am deeply honored to be here tonight to recognize PEN America, which works to protect the freedom to write and the power of the printed word to help transform the world. In today's very fraught political climate, it is more important than ever that we have the balance, objectivity, and in-depth content of independent journalism to rely on. This grant by the HFPA will help fund PEN in the community, offering journalists workshops to improve news literacy and bring to life the importance of press freedoms in underserved schools in the LA area. You guys are I'm going faster than you guys. These workshops, these very important workshops, will educate and empower middle and high school students by introducing them to the role of journalists in society, the importance of our First Amendment rights, and how to cover the news and access the reliability of sources. We would also like to acknowledge grants to the Committee to Protect Journalists, KPCC, the Dag Hammarskjöld Fund for Journalists, and the International Documentaries Association. Please turn your attention to the screens to watch this brief film about the Committee to Protect Journalists.
The role of the press as watchdog, as guardian of the public interest, is fraying. Fact-based, evidence-based journalism that holds the powerful to account would not be possible in an environment where the rights of journalists to report without fear of favor is not respected.
The Hollywood Foreign Press Association has really stepped up to defend not just press freedom, but global journalism.
As soon as he entered the building, he was strangled, dismembered, and disposed of.
9 journalists are among those killed.
The Committee to Protect Journalists made sure that we actually tried to find out the truth.
I was in a tiny dark cell, pitch dark, and I couldn't even see my hand. I knew CPJ was out there.
During the Arab Spring, we saw a lot of citizen journalism that really prompted CPJ to think about digital safety, digital security.
In our small way, if we can support the important work that they do, I think that that's our obligation.
I'm so grateful to live at a time where we have a free press, and I'm so grateful that the HFPA is doing everything they can to support that we remain blessed enough to live in a world where that is true, at least here, and defend it elsewhere. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage two exceptionally talented stars of the film Rocket Man, Taron Egerton and Jamie Bell.
Oh, it's me. Here we go. Hi, guys. Spending my childhood in Billingham, England, I'm sure I share a collective memory with many of you of going to the movies and dreaming of something new. Now imagine that you live in a refugee camp, trying to escape the unnecessary violence that is plaguing your world. What childhood memories might you have? Film Aid International is committed to using the power of film to give some of the world's most vulnerable communities a message of hope and inspiration. The grant bestowed tonight will allow many refugees in Kenya to not only experience the magic of movies, but to join a program that embraces marginalized youth, providing them with access to training and equipment to tell their stories. The films these kids make will be showcased at the Film Aid Film Festival, allowing their work to be shown in Kenya and also around the world.
This past May, I had the experience of a lifetime when our film Rocket Man premiered at Cannes. Walking the red carpet with Elton and Bernie and Jamie was an experience that I will never forget. But Cannes is more than just movies. At the same festival, the HFPA presented a special grant to Help Refugees, a non-profit organisation which provides humanitarian aid to and advocacy for refugees around the world. It was founded by a few friends in the UK back in 2015 with the goal of helping refugees in what was then called the Calais jungle. Using social media, these friends began to raise funds to feed the hungry and shelter the homeless. From that humble beginning, Help Refugees has now developed into one of the leading non-governmental organisations in the UK, providing emergency aid and long-term solutions for over 1 million people across 80 projects in 12 countries. Please take a look at this clip highlighting the Cannes event.
I'm very, very happy to be able to present this check on behalf of the HFPA to help refugees. Now, this is an amazing organization whose mission, providing humanitarian aid with minimal overheads and maximum impact.
The refugee crisis, outside of the political element, people forget that people are dying, and so and I think it's a very, very important thing to do.
And this enables us to support the amazing organisations, local grassroots organisations who are really there, really doing the work to help these people. It's life-saving.
Incredible work. We would also like to acknowledge grants to American Cinematheque, Film Independent, the Hollywood Heritage Museum, and La Plaza de Cultura y Artes Foundation.
Also, the Latin America Cinemateca of Los Angeles, the Library Foundation of Los Angeles Conservancy, Last Remaining Seats, and the American Documentary Association.
Yes. And now please welcome the director, writer, and star of Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi. Woo!
Hello. What? I'm concentrating. As the father of 2 daughters, wow, that's a lot of daughters, I want for them the best opportunities that life can offer. Should they choose to follow in Dad's footsteps, sadly, statistically, the numbers don't look so good. Only 9% of all directors are women. Even as actors in the top 100 films of all time, less than 30% of major roles go to women. There's good news. The HFPA is doing something about that, and I'm delighted to announce the grant to the American Film Institute's Directing Workshop for Women. Since 1974, even earlier than 1984. You think about 1984 and what was going on then think back 10 years earlier. It's even longer than I thought. This tuition-free year-long program provides hands-on training and mentorship to aspiring female directors. This program, led by industry mentors, teaches the participants how to master the challenges of fundraising, script development, and production. Each of these women has full access to AFI's state-of-the-art, even start-of-the-art. You can start with the start-of-the-art and then move on to state-of-the-art. I mean, it just keeps developing and evolving over the years. It just gets better and better, and that's the cool thing about this industry. State-of-the-art equipment. It used to be start-of-the-art, and it wasn't even equipment. It was just stuff. It was start-of-the-art pieces of paper and fax machines, and that was it. And now it's state-of-the-art equipment, actual gear. And that's not all, because there's a comma after the thing that I'm reading. It goes on to say, I know you guys think that I'm just weirdly just looking straight ahead and not looking at the audience, which is usually my, how's it going, where are you from? Don't care, because I'm looking at this TV. State-of-the-art equipment, I've said it 7 times now, get it through your heads. Comma, there's more, facilities. Who would have thought? Even facilities. Used to be no facilities. And there should be an A after that, and a network, but it says network, so and network, but oh. Put an A in there. State-of-the-art equipment, comma, facilities, and, I'll put it in for you, a network of faculty, which sounds like facilities, and when I read this backstage, I got them mixed up, but I've nailed it right here. A network, where are you going? This just gets better. No. Not even going to pretend that you're going to keep going. We can wait. You are going to miss out on the best part of this. The last thing in this sentence that I've been trying to say for 5 minutes. The word alumni. Which, as we know, the plural of alumni is alumni. They also, that's not all, they also get invited to Pitch Fest, which provides a showcase where they get to meet with managers, agents, and producers to pitch their projects in a series of interviews. In addition, I'm also pleased to announce, man, I get to say a lot of stuff. I'm also pleased to announce grants to Women in Film, Women Make Movies, the Motion Picture and Television Fund, and Streetlights. Thank you. I thank you, and more importantly, all of our daughters, all of my daughters, the ones I just found out about, also thank you. Now, they're going to be so happy when I realize I've got 2 of them. Now, please take a look at what the AFI program is doing.
Groundbreaking.
Hopeful. Intense.
Daring.
Queer.
Unnerving.
Bold.
Badass. My film is visceral, dreamy,
sexy,
provocative.
My film is heartbreaking,
daring, elegant.
The directing workshop for women has been an extraordinary experience.
It's a program that really cares about the longevity of your career.
I feel like a completely different person from the beginning of the program to the end.
I formed these lifelong relationships with other female filmmakers.
It's eye-opening. The directing workshop for women is super fucking awesome.
What's the business, yeah?
I want people to feel how different everybody is.
Everyone had a personal story. I hope the audience feels energized,
inspired to hire every single one of us.
Like the future is here.
What's the business, yeah?
It is now my pleasure to welcome two new creative voices. She wrote and starred in the feature Always Be My Maybe, and he in the Hulu series Ramy, Ali Wong and Ramy Youssef.
Did you get I just got a little kiss on the cheek.
I did
was really
too. It was
cool.
really thrilling.
It was not on the prompter.
So I would like to talk about a place called home. Founded in 1993, APCH provides a safe environment for art, education, and wellness in South Central Los Angeles. Serving more than 11,000 local residents, their facility provides an athletic field, kitchen, dance studio, gallery, and theater to the community. This new grant will be expressly used to create a digital media department, which will give more than 350 youth the opportunity to gain valuable job skill sets through classes in photography, film, printmaking, and web design. Their video projects will be showcased at the APCH's Community Movie Nights, on their own YouTube channel and numerous youth film festivals.
And it's my pleasure to announce a continued grant to the storytelling organization, The Moth. I consider myself a storyteller, many people here do as well, but outside of sharing with our friends, the challenge is really finding an outlet for those stories. So we now welcome two new programs set to be initiated, Story Slam and Grand Slam, which will serve as that outlet. Story Slam consists of open mic storytelling competitions available to anyone with a 5-minute story to share on the night's theme. And members from each audience will be selected and appear before 3 sets of judges and scored on the quality of the story, relevance, and theme. At the end of the year, each winner of the planned 27 individual events will come back for a Grand Slam to be held at the Regent Theater in downtown LA. There, the semifinalist winners will appear before a live audience and go through the same process of showcasing their stories with one storyteller proclaimed the winner.
We would also like to acknowledge grants to the Young Musicians Foundation, the Young Storytellers Foundation. You're welcome to clap, yes. And the Actors Gang.
Yes, and please welcome to the stage a man who has done very well this summer, co-starring in Spider-Man Far From Home and directing The Lion King, Jon Favreau.
Hello, everyone. Since 2001, I've directed 9 feature films, and to the best of my knowledge, they're all available still to be viewed by audiences. But some of the brilliant directors of the past, such as Victor Fleming, Ernst Lubitsch, John Ford, and Frank Capra, have not been so lucky. Sadly, more than 75% of all silent films and more than 50% of all feature films shot before 1950 are either lost or deteriorated. And that statistic is just heartbreaking, especially for people who love to look at the classics to learn their craft. It is my honor tonight to share with you a few of the HFPA grants that will be going to specifically target preserving our rich cinematic history. The first is the Film Foundation. Now, this was established in 1990 by Martin Scorsese and several other filmmakers. Their agenda is devoted to supporting preservation and restoration of cinema, fundraising, creating awareness, and helping safeguard our cinematic heritage. To date, more than 125 films have been preserved or restored by the grants from the HFPA, including such classics as Ben-Hur, King Kong, How Green Was My Valley, and The Red Shoes. Extending their commitment to preservation, another grant is bestowed to the Institut Lumière, which will continue restoration of 300 one-minute films that were shot between 1893 and 1905 by the Lumière brothers. We also recognize Indy Collect, which is helping create new 4K restorations of 5 African-American masterpieces, allowing them to reach new audiences across the world. Also, a one-time grant is being bestowed to preserve the Jane Fonda documentary FTA, which documents her and Donald Sutherland's tour to entertain the troops during the Vietnam War. We also wish to congratulate Film Noir and Outfest UCLA Legacy Project for helping in the campaign to preserve our cinematic heritage. Please take a look at this video about HFPA's restoration efforts.
Well, it's really important that organizations like the Hollywood Foreign Press Association work with us to preserve our national patrimony.
Ciao Bologna! Sono qui per presentare Roma di Fellini. It's been one of the HFPA's mandates to preserve film. It is really crucial to preserve Hollywood's legacy and maintain it for the next generation of filmgoers and movie lovers.
Thanks personally to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for the project at the Egyptian Theater that's going to show films created on nitrate.
I did not know that the HFPA was so involved in film restoration. Perhaps we ought to invest as much money in saving films as we do in making them.
Now, please welcome the star of Dora and the Lost City, Eva Longoria, and this is up, Justin Hartley.
How are y'all? Good evening. Over my career, there's been a lot of pictures taken of me, some that I knew about and some I didn't. I'm sure we've all had those moments. But I have a feeling I would love to have any picture taken of me if it was through the efforts of the HFPA's new grant recipient, Las Fotos Project. Started in October last year, the Las Fotos Project program entitled Hire Her is the first photography-themed workforce development program for female high school students ages 15 to 18. That is young, y'all. I wish I was taking photos at that age.
Yeah, me too.
I wish. These girls who reside in low-income communities of color will be eligible for this incredible program that will pair them with professional photographers and filmmakers who will serve as their mentors. So far, 23 teenage girls have participated in the Hire Her program, and their work has generated more than 100 job assignments for such clients as AARP, the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, LACMA, and the University of Southern California.
That's right. So yeah, that's good. It's okay. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. As a father, one of my utmost responsibilities is to take care of my daughter. But sometimes in sickness, parents need to utilize the services of outside professionals at hospitals to help heal their children. That experience can be quite wearing on the kids and the adults, so I applaud this grant to the Lollipop Theater Network, which brings the magic of movies currently in theaters to hospitals and children nationwide. These screenings create a fun escape for the daily illness these kids and their parents face, helping to create some semblance of normalcy. This grant will support 19 additional screenings, interactive music sessions, and celebrity craft events for children ages 2 to 18 who are confined to hospitals. Since its inception in 2001, more than 330 films have been screened around the country in 21 hospitals to thousands of kids. Yeah. The HFPA is pleased to bestow grants as well to the Children's Hospital, Ensemble Studio Theater, Gingold Theater Group, and the Pavlov Foundation.
So, it is now my pleasure to welcome back on stage our host, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I'm supposed to come out here and just say to you, this is halfway point. So, I mean, we are 6.5 minutes late, Lorenzo. But my job is to bring Lorenzo back out here because he wants to introduce to you all the new board members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. So Lorenzo, come on out here. Come on, let's bring him out.
I would like to acknowledge all the hard work of our trustees, of our grants officer, Sandra Cuneo, and our board, our Vice President Ali Sar, Executive Secretary Ruben Nepales, Treasurer Janet Nepales, and our board members, Meher Tadna, Chairman, Luca Celada, Anke Hoffman, Joram Kahana, Diederik van Oogstraten, Tina John Christensen, yes, all these foreign-sounding names. Let's give them all a round of applause. If you were lucky enough to see the great new movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you're now well aware of the young girl who stole every scene she was in. She's a tremendous new talent, and she's here with us tonight. Please welcome the girl who made Leonardo DiCaprio cry and be a better actor, Julia Butters. Hi, Julia. Come here.
Let's try this. That's better. Okay. First the teleprompter, then the mic. Once upon a time in Hollywood, a young girl and a young boy met in high school and became best friends. They both went off to New York and appeared on Broadway. She in Hello, Dolly, and he in Dear Evan Hansen, where he won a Tony and Grammy Award. Now she is starring in the critically acclaimed film Booksmart, and he will be seen this September in the new Netflix comedy The Politician. Please welcome for a musical moment Beanie Feldstein and Ben Platt.
Oh, hey! Welcome. Well, Beanie and I have been best friends since. Are you on? Are you hot?
Am I on?
Yes.
Yes, I'm on.
We're both hot. Yes, we are. We've been best friends since about, 2005?
We met at a bat mitzvah.
Yes, we did. And long before that, I grew up with a deep fascination with Judy Garland. I was very obsessed with her. I spent a lot of my childhood dressed as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
And I was obsessed with Barbra Streisand, and I made my mom make me a Fanny Bryce costume for my 3rd birthday.
And so we figured we would sing the only song that Judy Garland and Barbra Streisand ever sang together.
Forget your troubles.
Happy days.
Come on, get happy.
Are here again.
You better chase
The skies above are clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's sing a song
Come on, get happy.
of cheer again.
We're
Happy days are here again.
The sun is shining.
All together.
Come on, get happy.
Shout it now.
The Lord
There's
is
no
waiting
one
to take
who
your
can doubt it now.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's tell the world
Just get happy.
about it now.
We're
Happy days are here again.
We're heading across the river. Soon your prayers will all be gone.
There'll be no more from now on. From now on.
Forget your troubles and just get
Are
happy.
here again.
Better
The
chase
skies above are clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's sing a song of cheer again. Happy times, happy nights, happy days are here again. She's the best. And now, speaking of Miss Garland, our next presenter is starring in the upcoming film Judy.
Please welcome Golden Globe winner Renee Zellweger.
Hi, I'm Renee, and I am the product. This is bound to work, right? And I'm the product of America's great melting pot. Raised in Texas by a Swiss father and a Norwegian mother, member of the Speech and Drama Club and a variety of sports teams, I experienced the wide spectrum of opportunities that our educational system can provide. I share this with you because I am a strong believer in the power of education and the important advantages a great school can allow. One of those schools is California's own Cal Arts. Most in this room have heard of Cal Arts. Yeah? Its alumni list reads like our industry's Hall of Fame with names like Tim Burton, Sofia Coppola, Don Cheadle, Alison Brie, and Pixar's Brad Bird, Andrew Stanton, and Pete Docter. Cal Arts has a simple mission: to promote the study of all major types of filmmaking, from dramatic narrative to documentaries, experimental live action, and character-based animation. This grant from the HFPA will enable up to 10 top-ranked undergraduate and graduate students to further their educational needs at the school. And with a student population made up of nearly 50% people of color and almost 30% coming from foreign shores, the melting pot is alive and well. So here's a short video that highlights some of the great work from Cal Arts.
I'm in character animation. I'm a third year here, and I'm specializing in story.
Animation is a series of drawings flipped at a quick pace that make movement. Animation is storytelling.
As an artist, I grew so much. I failed so many times. From coming to Cal Arts, I met so many amazing artists who really inspired me and said, failure is how you can grow.
There is something very unique, what you breathe at Cal Arts, the sense of everybody's an artist and you're all in this together.
The grants that we get here help us so much to get programs that we need. New computers, when the computers get outdated, like we just got a ton of new computers in character animation to really help us. We can color our films and we can ink our films and make them as polished as anything else through the use of computers and the programs that we have here at Cal Arts.
To HFPA, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you so much for supporting Cal Arts.
Thank you for the scholarship you gave me that made it possible for me to finish my studies here at Cal Arts.
Mahalo.
Grazie.
I'm also pleased to announce additional grants for higher education to Los Angeles City College, Mount San Antonio College Foundation, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Dominguez Hills, Cal State Long Beach, Santa Monica College, UCLA, Cal State Northridge, Southwestern Law School. Now, please welcome to the stage a recent Emmy nominee for his work on Showtime's Who is America, and the star of the upcoming Netflix series The Spy, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Hello there. Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to announce a very important cultural collaboration entitled Entertaining America. For the first time, the Smithsonian and the Natural History Museums are partnering with the HFPA, and I must say personally it's very exciting to see a collection of dinosaurs coming together with America's most respected museums. This new project, a planned 20-plus year-long exhibition, will demonstrate to visitors the important role of film and entertainment in shaping America and serving as agents of change. Visitors will be surrounded by treasures, many of which have not been seen in public for decades, including Eddie Van Halen's guitar, Archie Bunker's chair, and some footage of Melania Trump smiling. There will also be exhibits from the worlds of fantasy, such as the ruby red slippers worn by Judy Garland, the claws worn by Hugh Jackman in X-Men, and the rowing boat sat in by Lori Loughlin's daughter. You seem to be laughing too hard, sir. How did your son get into Harvard? Okay. It will demonstrate how the entertainment industry has shaped the very world that we live in today, how it's influenced everything from politics to civil rights to immigration. Hold on, are we sure we want to be flagging this up? Perhaps this should be in the exhibition if we claim absolutely no credit for this. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about the exhibition. Sightseers will enter via their own red carpet. A minute. Well, you're asking people to bring their own red carpet? I know James Corden does that, but normal people will never be bothered. But anyway, they will be guided through a chronological tour featuring American entertainment from the present day all the way back to the 1840s. So there'll actually be some movies that the Hollywood Foreign Press haven't seen since opening weekend. There will be sections devoted to opening national conversations, mass media, taking on conflict and social change, and finally, infinite choice, challenging divides, focusing on gender roles, sexuality, inclusion, protest, and patriotism. So a fun time for all the family. The HFPA will also like to acknowledge grants to UC Berkeley, whoever he is, Ebert Fest, the Museum of the Moving Image, and also to the San Francisco Silent Film Festival, which I assume is just a bunch of footage of Mark Zuckerberg answering questions from Congress. Now, please welcome to the stage the star of the upcoming film Mickey and the Bear, Camila Morrone, and from Ford versus Ferrari, Mr. Josh Lucas. Thank you.
When my film, Never Going Back, premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in 2018, it was there in Park City that I had the chance to meet so many incredible filmmakers. Many of them were supported through the Sundance Labs, which for the past 3 decades has been dedicated to developing and nurturing the next generation of leading-edge narrative feature filmmakers. This grant will continue to endow foreign writers and directors who make up nearly 35% of the artists in residence, a mentorship program where they can develop their work into a feature film. In addition, for the past 2 years at the Sundance Film Festival, the HFPA has sponsored the Women's Forum, and I'm excited to announce a special grant will be bestowed for 2020, which works specifically to support female filmmakers. On a more personal note, having primarily worked with female directors myself, I am very honored to present this grant.
I have to say, she said she was very nervous, and you just followed Sacha Baron Cohen. And I also have to say, I was asked a couple times tonight who I think would be good to host the Golden Globes this year. And I have to say, the great comedy duo of Taika Waititi, I think you say it correct, and Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger is my choice. So, cheers to those guys. That said, some of the most memorable moments of my career have come during film festivals. These joyful and sometimes terrifying first screenings at festivals like Toronto and Venice are unique to filmmakers and filmgoers, and there's nothing quite like watching a film come to life, as many of you in this room know so well. Thus, it is my honor to tell you about the Residency Grant, which specifically targets young filmmakers from 2 prominent film festivals. This past year, 6 emerging filmmakers, 3 selected from the Orzinati section of the Venice Film Festival, and 3 from September's Toronto International Film Festival came to Los Angeles for an intensive 3-week internship in connection with Film Independent. This residency included attending the Golden Globes, participating in masterclass workshops on writing and directing, and receiving one-on-one mentorships with industry professionals. The program was such a success, the HFPA is pleased to announce it will continue for 2020.
Now please take a look at the screen for a short video about this residency program.
I think it's invaluable, and I think it's what makes the HFPA what is it, a very vital and important and exciting association that pushes not just a telecast once a year, but really movies and cinema and filmmakers.
So as part of the residency program, 3 winners from the Filmmakers Lab will come to Los Angeles for 3 weeks. They will be our guests at the viewing party at the Golden Globes. Urati Titsalade.
You get selected from Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and it makes huge difference. I mean, no words, I can't explain in words.
How do you kind of navigate the film industry in some capacity? Like, how do you manage film festivals? How do you work with a line producer? How do you, assemble your budget, your business plan for your film?
The HFPA and Film Independent, both of them had worked really hard to try to put together this program for us. I can't recommend the experience enough.
In addition, we would also like to congratulate the following grant recipients: Australians in Film, Coalition of Asian Pacifics in Entertainment, and Exceptional Minds.
Also, the Independent Filmmaker Project, SAG-AFTRA Foundation, Veterans in Media and Entertainment, City Year Los Angeles, and New Filmmakers Los Angeles.
Now, please welcome a star of the Showtime series Black Monday, Regina Hall, and starring in the new Fox series 9/11 Lone Star, whose autobiography I just happened to read. If anyone has not read it, I highly suggest it. The legendary Rob Lowe.
Hi, you guys. Hi. Hi and bye.
Wait, I have to switch
Oh,
sides.
yes, here.
The lefty. So, okay, here we go. I remember being a young girl, and I would lie in my bed and pray to God that Rob Lowe would be on top of me. This is odd. Oh, wait, it was prayers are answered, which is why we are here tonight. I was a bit surprised when I was asked to hand out a grant for tools. Tools is kind of a double.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with it.
That's great. How much do I really know about hammers, saws, and drills, considering my master's is in journalism? So imagine my relief when I was told that I would be talking about educational tools. Now, those are in my wheelhouse. The Film Collaborative is the first nonprofit committed to supporting independent filmmakers with distribution and educational programs. This one-time grant by HFPA will be used to maintain, expand, and promote TFC's complimentary online educational resource tools dedicated to independent film distribution. The knowledge gained from these tools will empower filmmakers who are producing low-budget movies to saw their way through conflict, drill in some missing holes, and hammer out a few deals.
Now, rumor has it that there are some people that like to watch their movies on their iPads or their... I've been Me Too'd. And I like it. So people are watching on their phones, they're watching movies on their iPads. Take that, Jon Favreau, and your fancy special effects. I think this is The Lion King. No, I can't. Oh, I'm getting a text. just the way they intended it. I like to watch movies the old school way. I like to see it on a big movie screen, in a theater, particularly if I can go to one of those old movie palaces. And if you ever have the chance, drive to downtown LA, between 3rd and 9th Street, right on South Broadway, and look at one of those amazing, amazing landmark theaters that were built between 1910 and 1931. This district at one time had the highest concentration of these palaces of anywhere in the world. Now, here in Los Angeles, thanks to the Los Angeles Conservancy, the largest membership-based local preservation group in the United States, you can experience this rich architectural history through their program, The Last Remaining Seats. This grant by the HFPA will help support screenings of 6 classic movies: Outsiders, Oxford Blues, St. Elmo's Fire, in these new rehabilitated historic Broadway theater districts. So let's give it up to them. That's great. Now we're going to welcome our next presenters, who not only share the screen in their new movie, 47 Meters Down Uncaged, but they have something else in common.
That was great.
Right?
That was wonderful.
You had to tell them what's in common.
I know, I just wanted to
You just want to get that in?
Yeah.
I love it. It's the best night of my life.
That was
It's the best night of my life.
You see, both of them served as Golden Globe ambassadors, as second-generation actors in their families: Sistine, Stallone, and Corinne Fox.
Sistine and I have been very fortunate to grow up in households not only filled with love, but ones that supported our dreams and aspirations. However, too many other children today lack those advantages and face difficult challenges. Tonight, on behalf of the HFPA, we are extending a grant to Kids in the Spotlight, a program which gives, a program which gives young people ages 11 to 17 living in foster group homes a platform to tell their stories their way. Tonight's grant will support 2 programs: a filmmaking program with workshops in acting, writing, casting, and production, and the second, the annual Movies by Kids for Kids Film Festival and Awards Ceremony, where foster youth get their Golden Globe-style awards evening, complete with red carpet, to showcase their films to industry professionals.
We also salute the Los Angeles LGBT Center and Outset, a young filmmakers project and a joint venture with LifeWorks Youth Empowerment that reaches more than 30,000 low-income youth and adults. Outset provides at-risk youth with hands-on instruction and a supportive filmmaking environment. These youths create original scripts on LGBTQ themes and produce quality 6-minute films where they get to mirror professional filmmaking. On behalf of the HFPA, we congratulate these grantees and would also like to acknowledge Inner City Filmmakers, the USC Arts and Engineering Magnet School, and Pops the Club.
Also, the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, the Zimmer Children's Museum, and the Music Center. Now, please turn your attention to the screens for a short video about Outfest.
It came out of a political movement. We are still in a political movement.
We don't need anyone to speak for us. We can speak for ourselves, and we will.
I wanted to learn about who I was.
It's a super simple notion, but representation matters.
You know him as the host of The Late Late Show, but this fall he will also be seen in the big screen musical adaptation, Cats. To present our final grant for the evening, James Corden.
Hi, this is it. We're so close. You're so close. This is the last one. You've all done brilliantly. Let's cut to the chase. It's been a great night. The dessert was disappointing. If you're at a table with anybody left at it, and there is hold up an untouched dessert at your tables now, that is a level of disappointment in a dessert. Do you know how hard it is for me not to finish a dessert? Have you any idea how bad it's got to be for me not to eat it? I moved to Los Angeles 4 years ago. I've been to a few of these things, constantly surprised by the basket of bread on a table in a room full of people who look at bread like it's an alien life form, like it just landed from somewhere. They haven't seen bread since they were 11. We can do better, that's what I'm saying. We're giving away a lot of money. Let's hold back. What would it cost? $1,000? To get everyone a good dessert? How hard would it be? How hard would it be? Right? In fact, in the spirit of the night, I will pledge right here, right now, and I'm serious, I will fund the dessert for next year's thing. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. We're not messing around. We're not messing around. We've learnt that, and we've also learnt that they look smaller on the TV. I'm honored to be here tonight to present the grant to Get Lit. Get Lit, the grant, yeah. Get Lit. I become more white and older every time I say it. You know why? Because I'm on fleek. You don't know what that means, nor do I. The grant the HFPA is bestowing tonight will help procure equipment, production, and classroom supplies, as well as a stipend for Literary Riot, the first content production studio created and run by filmmakers aged 13 to 23 who have previously trained as poets or filmmakers. Project collaborators who have commissioned work from Literary Riot include the California Alliance for Arts Education, the Center for Reproductive Rights, Dove, the Ford Motor Company, and Netflix, which recently hired 2 graduates as writers and consultants for a new series about South Los Angeles. Congratulations to the Get Lit Literary Riot Project. The HFPA is also pleased to acknowledge other grantees in the pre-professional education category: the California State Summer School Arts Foundation, the Echo Park, the Echo Park Film Center, Global Girl Media, the Ghetto Film School, and the Inner City Arts Program. Please welcome back to the stage. I'm just trying to work out which is the quickest way to go. Do I run that way or that way? Because it's going to be busy car-wise, isn't it? I'm amazed Alan Horner hasn't already made a run. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger!
What a funny guy. Love him. I love him. Well, this is it for the night, and I just want to tell you that Lorenzo said he loves me because I speak 3 languages. I speak, German, English, and a little Yiddish. As a matter of fact, I learned a whole new word when Trump became president. Schmuck. Anyway, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening. Enjoy yourself. Thank you, Lorenzo. Good night. Hasta la vista.
Thank you, Arnold. Thank you all for being here tonight. I feel really inspired by the many organizations we learn about, and I hope you do too. A special thank you to our members of the HFPA and to our staff, especially the team that made tonight possible. Paula Boujot, Kerry Martin, Scott Orlin, and Kerry, and Anna Maria, and David, and Lisa, and Jason, and Greg, and Zoya, and many, many more. I would also like to thank the executive producers of the Golden Globes, Barry Edelman, and Mike Mahan, and our partners at Declare Productions, as well as our friends at NBC. And remember, whether you're walking the red carpet or watching from home, tune into the 77th Annual Golden Globes Awards on January 5th. That show is what allows us to further the work of the great people and organizations we celebrated tonight. Thank you all, and we're only 7 minutes beyond. Thank you.